Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Short Tales from the DoorDash Road. I'm your host, Joe, the 50 something Dasher. I've got a low tipping customer story followed by, towards the end of the video, just a kind of like a side story I wanted to throw into this video of just kind of like a jacked up situation that happened. All from yesterday, May the 3rd. The record date for the video is May 4th, 2025. So I'll start off by saying yesterday was like a monsoon. It from before I even got outside, it was still dark outside, pouring rain, and the rain like did not stop the whole entire time I was working, just like pouring rain. I don't know how I didn't run into any flood waters, but I got really lucky. I did have I did have one order taking me on a rural road that I hit some flood water pretty hard. This has been like, I don't know, 6 months or a year ago, whenever it was, but surprisingly, I didn't see any on this dash. So anyway, I dropped off an order. You see here at like just after 1:30 p.m. and it's Stringtown Road area. I'm pretty sure it was the apartment complex over there. And as I was leaving, I got this offer. It's upside down by about $1.75. So 13.75, 15 and a half mile Meyer, six things to shop. And it's a little upside down, but the customer is kind of like southeast. We're not talking about Columbus area, or we're not talking about Obetz or Groveport. This is kind of south. I didn't have too much of a problem with it. I went ahead and took this. If it's upside down because of where my positioning is in the zone, I'm okay with it because I'm about from where I'm at. You see the blue dot there. I'm about 4 miles away from the mire. And I didn't mind kind of like an easy shopping order and where I was going to be driving for a little while because it had been kind of a really busy day. Let's kind of, this will almost be kind of like a break. I'll just, be a lot of driving and, kind of, I don't know, take it easy for half hour, 45 minutes, however long. I don't know if I'm making any sense. So anyway, I take this and get to Meyer 12 minutes later, and it's all like laundry stuff here. But not all of it was in one aisle except the item in the middle there, that Downy Fresh Wrinkle Releaser Fabric Spray 3 ounce. That was actually on the other side of the store in HBC. That was in the little travel section that has like the little tiny toothpaste and sample size of different things. That's where that was. So do I have my shopping time here? Yeah, 6 minutes is all it took, even though I had stuff on opposite ends of the store. Um, so I go to deliver that, and this customer is like way out, as you saw on that map on the offer screen, way out in the boonies. It's pouring rain. I also had to go onto this road that for a portion of it is just one lane and it's controlled by like a traffic light. So, which though you can be stopped at those for, if you don't, if you get there like right after it turns red, for instance, you're going to be sitting there because the cars that just went through, you have to give them time to get through, and then it's going to turn green for the cars coming towards you. I mean, you could be sitting there like 5 minutes. I get to the customer, get out of the car, get the stuff. I'm approaching the house, and she's actually on the back deck. So I see her, and I'm not sure she still wants me to go to the front door. She tells me, she seems like really cool, really nice. Oh, hey, yeah, you can just go to the front door. I'll meet you there. Oh, okay. So I go to the front door, hand her the stuff. This was a order requiring a pin. Okay, so she gives me the pen, I give her the stuff, and she thanks me and tells me to drive safe, and says it in a real concerning tone because she knew how bad it was raining and everything. Yeah, you drive safe out there. I was like, and I thanked her. I close out the order, folks. There it is, right? There's the tip. There's the tip. Pouring monsoon rain out in the country home in the middle of nowhere. Have to get on a one-way street controlled by a traffic light. And there's my tip. I always have to have the sound effect in here. So let me move my drink over a little bit, move this so I can, make that slamming noise that I make. That was the tip. Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. You know the weather conditions, you know what's involved, and you're gonna do that to somebody. I don't know, guys. I better kind of shut up here. The thought process on this type of order where it's not food we're talking about. It's nothing perishable here. It's like laundry stuff. So maybe possibly the thought process by some customers on an order like this is, well, it's just cleaning supply. We'll let DoorDash will start it out at some lowball offer. I'm not going to tip much. I'm only going to tip $1, and let the DoorDash system pass this around to multiple drivers and add money to it. Let DoorDash keep adding money to it until it gets to an amount that somebody will take it. Because this is just cleaning supplies, and I'm going to be here home all day, and I could care less if this takes like 5-6 hours to deliver. It's fine with me. However long it takes for DoorDash to add money to it, and I'll save money. That could be the thought process. I tell you what, but me personally, I just would never do that. I don't know. That's just me. Probably mainly because of course, I'm a dasher myself, and I know what's involved, and know what's right and know what's fair, and I've talked about it before. Bare minimum, I tip. Where I live here, I tip a minimum of $8 on any DoorDash order that I place for myself. $8. Because I just assume that every order is going to be a $2 minimum pay. I tip 8 so that I know the driver is going to get at least $10 on anything from me. Now, if I lived where this person lived, and where I know that I'm like 7-8 miles away from anything, from any civilization, I'm tipping $12 to $15, easily, or I just get stuff myself. But $1. I mean, just unbelievable. Um, Now to the other part of the story. So I thought I'd show my dash summaries here. So I actually did two dashes. So the plan was to yesterday morning to wake up early and around 6 o'clock, my wife and I is going to log into Instacart and do some shop onlys, which we did, and we've never been able to do more than two. So she wakes up, we see about 7 or 8 offers in there, and we pick what we feel is the best one. We head to the store, we knock that out, we grab a second one, knock that order out, and by that time, all the other ones are taken by other shoppers, and there's no new ones that drop in. So our original plan was to do Instacart until 7:45, but everything died off. So I logged into this dash at 7:18, and we just did a stacked giant eagle and made, you might as well say, $30 in less than an hour. So the plan was around 8 o'clock range, we were going to go to a new Mexican place that I discovered last weekend. It's this place called Tacos Don Deme. So I got last weekend, I believe it was on Sunday, I got tripped up by this order. It was like 12 or $13. It was like 11 miles, and one of the pin positions was in Orient. Okay. So I just assumed, I'm so used to picking up in zone and delivering out of zone. I assumed that this Tacos Don Deme was like a ghost kitchen name, and it was picking up in my zone. I was thinking it was Three Brothers, because that's the only place here that sells breakfast, Mexican breakfast. But no, I get into my car and I start driving to Orient first. I'm like, what the heck? And so this place, this Mexican restaurant, was in Orient. I was picking up there and delivering back to zone. I was like, hell no. So I get there and I'm like, is this place going to be open? And sure enough, it was open, and this was a breakfast order, and I saw the times on the window and everything. And they open at 8 o'clock every morning except for Mondays. And I asked them for a menu, which they gave me, and I was like, oh, "Yeah, my wife is off on the following Saturday, so yeah, we'll check this out." And so that was the plan for this whole entire past week. We were looking forward to yesterday to try this place out. So I get done with this stack, and we're downtown or South Columbus area, just south of downtown, and we start shooting down I-71, and I'm on my way to Orient. We want to check this place out, right? Okay, so we get all the way down there to Tacos Don Deme, pull up, there's no cars parked in front of it, looks like it's closed. Like, WTF here. Sure enough, they with some time this past week, they changed their hours and got rid of the breakfast. So now it was closed, and it said like 11 a.m. Open time every day of the week. Unbelievable. Um, so I got to hurry this up. We actually have a Walmart order that's being delivered here, so that's what that text was about. We ended up going to Three Brothers. So anyway, yeah, that was a really jacked up story from yesterday. So we ate, and then I went on my second dash of yesterday. And so there is the second dash. Did 9 additional deliveries. Was logged in for 6.5 hours, and you see how busy it was. I only had a little over a half hour of downtime in 6.5 hours. It is just order after order after order, and some good shopping orders. So it was like a 175 bucks or whatever that I made yesterday all total. But anyway, that is it for now. Jose has shopped our order and is now on the way to deliver it. So I'll get ready for that. And that's it for this video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, hit the thumbs up, uh, sign up for notifications, all of the above. As always, be sure to drive safe out there, and we'll catch you at the next video. Thanks again.